Hi, we're Brent and Beth. We live in Longmont, Colorado. We've lived here for about 4 years, and we actually got into the land buying business just because we wanted to take some of our assets and put them into land. It just seemed like a good move at the time.
LANDiO seemed to be the best opportunity for us to invest. One of the aspects that I appreciated most about the LANDiO preparation for the sale of the properties that we did review was the topographical enhancements, talking about the layout of the land, the vegetation, the rocks, the animals, the water. Those kind of things actually made the process of purchasing that land more of a personal experience, not so much just a business experience or a business transaction. We might not be able to drive that 6 hours to go see that property, but we had a very good idea of that person had really done their research, and we just felt more comfortable with what we were buying. I actually felt like I had personally seen it. That for me, as an investment property, I just felt that I was more comfortable with the whole purchase.
Yes, the thoroughness and the photographs and the whole website actually made the experience much easier. When we first bought a property with LANDiO, we made the deposit. The next morning, my wife was a bit distraught and asking me a lot of questions about who is this and are we being scammed and things like that.
It seemed too easy. It was, we found something we really enjoyed, we put a deposit down, everything just seemed to click. And in my experience in life, unfortunately, sometimes that is almost too good to be true. And once we had more conversation and we talked to LANDiO, and I just felt more comfortable through that process, and I didn't have any reservations after that first night.
After that, it was like a greased chute, how quickly and easily everything went. Everything that we were told by LANDiO would be a certain way is exactly what it was. When you make a phone call or you send an email or whatever, response time was always very quick. One thing I appreciated about doing business with LANDiO was that the amount of money that we were told that the property would cost is exactly what we ended up paying. Closing costs were covered. Everything can be done remotely. I've never met anyone from LANDiO. Everything has been handled electronically through email and DocuSign and through the mail as well. Never have had an issue, and things have always been very seamless. If somebody else was considering purchasing property from LANDiO, I would not hesitate to tell them that, number one, they're completely safe doing it. Number two, I have found LANDiO to be above board and honest and fair in all situations. We actually ended up purchasing multiple properties from LANDiO, mainly because there's kind of a personal touch there, as well as having a good experience the first time and the second time. So it's become an easy thing to do as we've tried to build up our investment portfolio.
LANDiO has been our first stop, and we've been very satisfied with the properties that we have bought. They're beautiful, they're exactly what they show in the pictures, and for us that's just a simple investment step.
This is a property that we had been looking for a long time, but just kind of passively looking for, but when it came along, we were happy to be able to get a property in Colorado itself finally. So we're happy to say that this is the one that we were looking for.
We just couldn't resist. It was one of those that we felt if we would continue to look at properties through other people or through other sites, this property would always be the one that we would always come back to and be like, oh, why didn't we do this? And that we weren't planning on buying a third property at this time, but we were just afraid we couldn't let this one go.